detonate himself on board. He was able to do all that. And an al-Qaeda double agent over in Afghanistan who was recruited by Jordanian intelligence to supply us with information was able to lure 7 experienced CIA officers and contractors to their deaths in Afghanistan. Jordan's use of this informant mirrors the storyline in the spy thriller Body of Lies, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Here's a scene where the head of Jordanian intelligence flips a low-level al-Qaeda operative to spy for him and the CIA officer played by DiCaprio. Check it out.
Continue your life with your brothers in Al-Qaeda. We will devise a way to talk. Come. Come. No. Come. Up. Go. And so we throw him back into the sea, to swim where he naturally swims, to learn what he naturally learns, and see how long.
Body of Lies was based on the book by the same name, written by Washington Post's David Ignatius. He's here tonight. David, let's talk about a couple of these horror stories. One is the one you're most familiar with. CIA officials meet with what they think to be someone who's working for them. That person blows himself up, and they're all killed at the front lines.
Following on this clip that we just watched from Body of Lies, the agent that they were meeting in Khost, which is in eastern Afghanistan, was a Jordanian agent. It was somebody who was a radical Muslim doctor, part of this jihadi underground. And the Jordanians thought they'd turned him so that he was a double agent. And they sent him into the tribal areas of Pakistan, thinking that he might be able to find the location of Ayman al-Zawahiri, the #2 man in al-Qaeda, big target for the U.S. We were so excited about this, almost panting with excitement that this target could be delivered to us. It turns out that this double agent we thought we were running was in fact a triple agent, something you rarely see in the intelligence world, who had been at some point flipped back by al-Qaeda. So when he entered that space in Khost, came into that camp, he was wearing a suicide vest. We had too many people there. We should never have met with him inside the perimeter of a base. And he killed 7 of our CIA officers and 1 Jordanian who was his handler. It's as big a screw-up as I can remember in the intelligence world, with some really important lessons. But the starting point, Chris, is we are so hungry for information about this adversary that, in a sense, we're easy targets for very clever operators, and al-Qaeda, they are very clever operators.
You're an expert on this spy effort to try to catch the bad guys. What does in your mind's eye, how big is al-Qaeda? Where is it?
People talk about it.
Are there hundreds of al-Qaeda people on the other side, of thousands?
No, there's certainly not thousands. People talk about 100 to 200 people who were in the tribal areas of Pakistan, being part of what we call al-Qaeda Central. That is the old al-Qaeda that was trained in Afghanistan in the safe havens there until we came in after September 11th. So they're hiding out, running from place to place. Our predator attacks have made life very difficult for them. But what this attack on our CIA officers in Khost shows is, as difficult as life may be for these people, they are still capable of planning really smart attacks, of taking people and turning them back against us. This was a very sophisticated operation, not the sort of thing that you'd think people on the run could pull off. So that's a warning sign.
How sophisticated was the effort with the Nigerian? How tough was that for them to pull off and get as far as they did? They got over Detroit.
He was trained. There are a series of processes at work here. First is the radicalization. He becomes much more militant and outspoken in his Islamic belief. He goes to Yemen. He meets other people. And then he moves into a new phase where he's getting actual training as a terrorist. That's the point at which his father really gets upset. His father's seeing text messages. It's so amazing, Chris, to think about it. His father, a distinguished gentleman in Nigeria, goes to the CIA station in Nigeria and tells a CIA officer, "I'm worried that my son is a dangerous radical." He gave them that explicit a warning. Meanwhile, this young man is getting his ticket with cash, traveling with no baggage, with the explosive sewn into his underwear, and we are unable to deal.
Why would the station chief, who's obviously a courageous public servant, not act on that? Why would a spy sitting over there in Nigeria, in Lagos, not say, wow, this is great. I know something that can save my country hell.
He did
and
act
immediately,
on it. He did act on it.
What did he do?
Well, I think it's important that your viewers understand what the problem is. He did act on it. He sent a message to the Counterterrorism Center in Washington that the CIA has, and that was also sent to the National Center for Counterterrorism, which is a separate unit. So he did the right thing bureaucratically. What we have to realize is, we talk about connecting the dots. There are just too many dots for anybody to see.
But how many people have top father bankers saying, my son's been radicalized, look out, he's headed to Yemen, he's trouble? How many cases are there like that can't be checked out?
The estimates that my sources gave me were that there's an average of one of these Visa Viper warnings from every embassy around the world every day. That's 180 embassies, 180 requests for special scrutiny every day coming in. We don't have enough people. We don't have the systems. We've created a system where everybody's going to send in everything that could possibly be a problem.
Okay.
And it clogs the system so you don't see this Nigeria.
Your guess right now, how many people are there like this guy from Nigeria coming at us right now? Somewhere trying to get on an airplane somewhere.
I couldn't give you a guess about numbers, except to say it's more than zero. There are some people like this.
As we speak, they're out there trying to get to us.
This is a really smart, determined adversary, and people have to understand that.
Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. What about Al-Qaeda, in Yemen you're talking about? How many Al-Qaeda organizations are there like this coming at us right now?
Well, there are half dozen major ones, but it's a very diffuse organization. Their command and control, Chris, is the Internet. So they're as spread out and diffuse as the Internet is. It's almost, you don't need to speak about it.
Are our spy agencies as smart as they are?
Our spy agencies are smart. Our problem is we got too much bureaucracy. We have too many people, too many leads, too many dots. We need a more elite approach to this. We need smarter people, better targeting. That's my own feeling. Less bureaucracy, more.
Last question: should we bring the Ivy League types back to run the CIA? I'm dead serious. The elite.
We should bring really smart people. There are a lot of smart people from all over. Okay. We have some smart New York cops, but we need the very best people we have in our country.
We need hunch. Anyway, thank you, David Ignatius, author of the book Body of Lies.